I want to know what is happening and what is our state.
Hitler might cause serious problems.
We are not ready for another major war.
I don't see how the war can even be deemed feasible.
The depression has made this even worse. Right, good morning, thank you for coming on such short notice. As you're all aware, a crisis has arisen in Abyssinia, and I would like to hear your points of view on this crisis. Foreign Secretary.
Well, the Britons are very sympathetic with the Abyssinians for our dominion, but they do not want to go to another war. Although we might be able to discuss this point with Mussolini, because the Italian embassy said that he might be flexible in this point. We shouldn't push him too much, because let's take into account that Mussolini might go to Hitler's side, and if he gets allied with Hitler, it might cause serious problems. Apart from that, we shouldn't forget Germany and the struggle front either, and not focus too much on the other side.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, Chancellor of the Exchequer, can I hear your departmental view of financial state?
Yes, so sorry to say that we are in debt due to war loans. As I have to remind you, we borrowed £1,285 million from America, yet we also lent £1,491 million to our allies. Most of this went to France and Russia, and due to the Russian Bolshevik communist system now, they are refusing to pay us back a penny. Also, the depression has made this even worse. It's practically crippled the pound, and we now have terrible unemployment.
Can I just stop you there? On unemployment, I'd like to hear the public's point of view on what is happening at the moment.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Yes, it is important to take into account the public's view, especially because the majority of the British public now are very much against war, against any kind of aggression, because of the horrendous things that they saw in the Great War. As you know, as Chancellor of the Exchequer has just said, unemployment is a very huge issue, and so we cannot be seen to be spending any money on a war in Africa when there are so obviously huge problems here. The idea of another war is inconceivable.
Okay. Secretary of State of War, I want to know what is happening and what is our state at the moment.
Well, our state is not very good, because we currently have a total of 600,000 troops, 20,000 of which are in Palestine, trying to keep the peace with the Palestinians and Jews. Due to slow rearmament, we are not ready for another major war, especially against a strong power like Italy. The army would be outnumbered, and any attempt to invade or trying to stop them in Abyssinia would lead to defeat on our behalf. The Chief of Staff believes that the Abyssinian crisis is irrelevant to Britain, and reminds that if we take decisive military action against Italy, it would lose her as an ally and push her towards Hitler, and also deteriorate the stress of front.
Chancellor of the Exchequer, I want to hear the conclusion of your point of view.
Yes, well, Prime Minister, I must stress that slow rearmament is all we can afford. If we do try to rearm very quickly, then, as I pointed out, to our debt to the Americans, then we will be cutting back in this, and the Treasury and I share the same view that our economy is our fourth arm of defence. If we stop paying back the Americans, then we could lose our trading and imports and everything, and it could destroy the country. The pound is already weak enough as it is, without anything making it any worse. If we are to rearm, then it must be slowly, but that may mean that if we are attacked, we may not be strong.
Right, thank you. Home Secretary.
May I just point out that what the Chancellor of the Exchequer was relevant, he was talking about rearming, but I'm afraid to say that if we did do that, especially anticipating the forthcoming elections, well, rearmament just isn't an option at the moment for the British people, because of all the unemployment that the depression has caused. We cannot be seen to be spending vast amounts of public money on war, really, because they would much prefer it to be spending money on getting employment levels back up.
Do you feel strongly about what you say? I feel that this country needs to stay as close as it can to get us through a rough stage that we're going through at the moment. Would anyone like to add more?
I think we might be able to discuss this one with Mussolini and try to influence him to get his troops away from Abyssinia, but otherwise I really don't think we are ready.
Right. Then, in conclusion today, I do feel strongly that this country should not go to war. We're not in a financial state. I feel that the British military is not still quite up to the task of attacking a large country such as Italy. And most importantly, I feel that the British public feels so strongly, and so do I about this point, that war should not happen. I couldn't believe it.
Sorry everybody. Why?
It really is terrible.
Evening everybody. Sorry I'm late. Bloody why?
They got a cross several on their forehead. I can't believe it. Terrible.
Sorry I'm late everybody. Damn why?
Or me?
That'd be a really good one.
I'm not going to say that. That's
Well, let's carry on then, shall we?
okay. Right. John.
And unemployment, is really, remember.
Could risk the risk of losing. We should not go to war. British warfare is. I do apologise for my attire. I just had a golf meeting with the King of Spain. But anyway, without further ado, let's go.
Got that wrong. And
You're aware, certain circumstances. As you're all aware, certain circumstances. As you're all aware, certain circ. Okay, I'm going to say a different word. Alright. Okay.
3, 2, 1.